My name is Rick Havlak, and I'm the artist on this, the Bennington Bookshop, which my wife and I own, Shaft's Men's Shop, the Village Chocolate Shop, and Molten Spectacle Shop went together on this cat. The design concept was actually my wife Ellen's idea to come up with something that would be tie the catamount back into Bennington. And so we came up with a Revolutionary War soldier as a theme, and we ended up naming him Ethan, after Ethan Allen. And he probably will end up, I'm pretty sure he will end up on the street right outside the bookshop with the ball out in front of the chocolate shop. He's been, these are always fun doing. I probably actually, work time I probably put in close to 100 hours already. I have a lot of detail work left to do on him. He gets buttons and medallions and things like that put on him still, and some touch-up, still some touch-up painting to do. I think that the hardest part in the concept that we came up with was actually coming up with something to make the uniform out of and actually getting him dressed. And I have a good friend who is a tailor, and she came and she helped me come up with the design for his uniform. He actually has a cloth uniform on his entire body. And that was a lot of fun coming up with that design. Well, I say fun, but it was a lot of fun coming up with that concept and trying to pull it off. And that took quite a bit of planning and work. Greg Van Houten from GVH Studios is going to put flags on the stone. We're going to put the Green Mountain Boys flag, which is the blue flag with the white and green flag with the blue square with the stars in it on one side, the 76 flag, the Bennington 76 flag on the other side, and on the front will be the Vermont flag. To just get a lot of interest down on the rock. Like I said, I think we tried to make something that would tie the critter definitely into Bennington, more so than anywhere else. So he will have, like I say, he's going to have a medallion, and he'll have the green sprigs on the top of the medallion, which is what the Green Mountain Boys wore. And looking at and talking to some of the historians in the area, there was no one uniform that the Green Mountain Boys wore early on. They were just a ragtag bunch of guys, and they wore whatever they had. So we just dreamed up a uniform for them, but what tied them all together was they would put a green sprig in their hat, so that was the only way they have identifying themselves. So he will have that to tie him back into being a Green Mountain Boy. It was fun not to do a moose again. It was fun to have something new to play with and to come up with. When the chamber was looking at doing something, I said, A, it had to be a critter. It couldn't be an inanimate object, and B, it had to be big. I said it had to be, and I think they came up with this was a great idea because it ties it back into Bennington with the catamount, and they're big and they'll be easily seen from the street. There's a product that I found online that this was actually at one point a cotton batting material that it's a product that you massage into it and it petrifies it. And it's a product that is used by artists for exactly this. This was just muslin on his breeches, and his hat were muslin, and I had to build a frame and drape it in muslin to harden it, so that. And this was a cotton batting that quilters use. When you move them in, and it's just this great big white thing, you go, oh my, what did I get into? And the 90 hours I referred to before of actually being here, or 100 hours or so, being here painting, doesn't take into account the endless hours of, okay, what am I going to do with this form now you see it? Plus, you agree to do it before you actually see the critter, and so you come up with all these ideas, and then you look at the form and say, man, that's not going to work. And so you back to page 1. So, yeah, originally I was, the uniform, I was originally just going to paint the uniform onto him with no three-dimensionalness to it. And then I found this product to do with the cloth, and I thought, that's perfect. So we decided to dress him. It makes all the difference in the world to do it three-dimensional rather than just painting them, which is what I had done in the past. Excuse me. Which is what I had done in the past. I had never added to the critter. I would just paint onto it. In fact, both the other ones that I had done, I had dressed them. One had blue jeans on, the other one had a vest and slacks on, but it was just done with paint on the body itself. The other big thing that and I know in talking to a lot of the other artists, when they saw this critter, they said, well, that's all well and good, but only half of it's critter. What am I going to do with the base? And I know that was a big stumbling block with a lot of artists saying, you know, well, what do I do with that big massive rock? Which is when I talked to Greg and we came up with that idea to put flags on it, I thought, that's perfect.